morning, everyone. My name is Pam Krebs. I'm the Executive Officer of Communications with LA Metro. Before we start the event today, I'd like to welcome some of our guests. Karen Bass, LA Mayor, Metro Board Chair. And sitting next to her, Lindsay Horvath, LA County Supervisor and Metro Board Member. We also have Terry Cargus, Executive Director of the Peterson Automotive Museum, who was kind enough to not only be our neighbor, but host our safety training earlier today. We have construction workers behind me here from Shankscut Trailer Shea, Metro's prime contractor for the D-Line Subway Extension Project's first section. Malet Amari with the Federal Transit Administration. John Alford with the Office of Representative Brad Sherman. Shatara Byfield with the Office of Assemblymember Isaac Bryan, Daniela Addison with the Office of Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas, as well as some of our community stakeholders. Todd Johnson with the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce, Vicki Nussbaum with the Century City Business Improvement District, Dwayne Miller with the Costin Outreach Group, and Julia Brown, a former Metro Community Relations representative now working with UCLA. I'd also like to thank all of you this morning for joining us to celebrate a major milestone, the completion of tunneling of the Metro D-Line Subway Extension Project. Metro has concluded 5 years of tunneling between Koreatown and Westwood. It was a huge undertaking, accomplished in one of the densest and most geologically challenging areas of LA County. We completed tunneling using proven, state-of-the-art tunneling technology and methods. 2 of these advanced tunnel boring machines are now being dismantled and removed from our construction yard in Century City. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first speaker of this morning. When she became chair of the Metro Board of Directors last July, LA Mayor Karen Bass assumed board leadership of Metro's ambitious transit extension program. It is the largest transit infrastructure building program in the county, or in the country, and will deliver critically needed new transit lines to help keep LA County moving for future generations of Angelenos. The D-Line Subway Extension Project is certainly one of the mega projects Metro is now building and will greatly improve regional mobility. Please welcome Metro's Board Chair and Mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass.
Good morning, everyone. This is a great way to start a day. I remember when the tunneling began because my congressional office is right down the street on Highland. And all of us said we cannot believe that the day will come in a few years when we will be able to ride from downtown to all the way to West LA. I also remember while I was still in Congress, joining President Biden at the D-Line Extension Section 3. And we were both excited because it was another example of resources that would come this way from the bipartisan infrastructure deal, in addition to all of the resources that we as Angelenos have taxed ourselves over the years. So today we celebrate another milestone in our efforts to build our world-class transportation system and improve access throughout Los Angeles. We've successfully completed tunnel mining for not just 1, not 2, but all 3 sections of the D-Line Extension Project. To build this subway, workers dug 9 miles of parallel tunnels 70 feet underground through complex conditions within some of LA's most densely urbanized neighborhoods and beneath some of our region's most challenging geologic conditions, including tar sands and methane gas. And we need to stop for a minute and give an incredible round of applause for our heroic workforce who have been working on this for years. So because of their hard work, the D-Line will now extend 15 miles connecting West LA to downtown. And that doesn't just mean less traffic and a cleaner environment. Think about what it means for veterans living in downtown who need to come to the Westside for services and benefits. Think about what it means for out-of-state UCLA students looking to get out of Westwood and see what the city really has to offer. And what we're talking about is transformative change that will change our city forever. And just in time for the world to come for the Olympics in 2028. And I want to congratulate all of Metro and especially our CEO, Stephanie Wiggins, and the entire board, and my colleague and friend, the chair of the supervisors, the Board of Supervisors, Miss Lindsay Horvath. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Bass. Next, I'd like to introduce LA County Supervisor and Metro Board Member Lindsay Horvath. Her district includes portions of the D-Line subway extension project, including Miracle Mile, Beverly Hills, and Century City. Please welcome Supervisor Horvath.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jennifer, for that very warm welcome. It is nice to be out on this very beautiful day, and I want to start by extending a very big thank you to Darcy, to Michael, to Stefania, and all of our Metro staff who have been a part of this project in one way or another over the last half century. You really have earned that round of applause. Remember, like the work we're doing today to build a transit system for generations to come, the D-Line got its start decades ago. In the 1960s, a proposed backbone route plan described a subway along Wilshire Boulevard from Westwood to downtown. Funding efforts were halted in the 60s and 70s, and in the 1980s, plans to bring rail to the Wilshire corridor were halted after a methane explosion in the Fairfax district raised concerns about tunneling in the area. This led elected leaders to impose a ban on federal funding for construction that was lifted 20 years later when they were able to see that tunneling could be done safely with technological improvement. This project, more than just about any other in Los Angeles, is a product of generations of forward thinking, and it's a testament to the commitment of Angelenos to build a connected, convenient, and safe public transit system for our region. We're here today to celebrate an amazing milestone in the development of this line, the completion of nearly 9 miles of tunneling under the Wilshire corridor. And when all 3 sections of the line are running and all 9 stations are open to the riding public, it's expected to see more than 53,000 daily boardings. But what is equally important are the more than 150,000 linked trips we can expect to see over the next decade and more. I want to highlight these trips because they speak to the system-wide connectivity we're building and how critical this corridor is to the region as a whole. It'll give Angelenos the ability to get to work, school, doctor's visits, and especially for our veterans, access to the VA hospital campus faster and safer than going in a car and without having to rely on getting there by a car. In fact, the D-Line will be able to get riders from Union Station to key destinations in the city, Koreatown, Miracle Mile, Beverly Hills, and Century City, just to name a few, and then to our coastal neighbors in just 25 minutes. Plus, riders on the 20, the Dash, the 217, and so many more bus lines will be able to make their bus service take them even further through this connectivity. This connectivity and these travel times will be integral to moving hundreds of thousands of visitors in 2028 when Los Angeles is in display during the Olympic and Paralympic Games. But more importantly, as was said in the 1960s, just a little bit before I was here, the D-Line is going to be an east-west running backbone for a system that will continue to grow and make daily travel easier for hundreds of thousands of riders, as well as enhance the quality of life for countless Angelenos for decades to come. Thank you again to all of our incredible Metro staff. Seeing all of you here is amazing, as well as my fellow board members, our esteemed board chair and mayor, Karen Bass, past and present elected leaders, and especially our committed community members who fought to make each and every segment of this line and our expanded Metro connectivity possible, all of whom have played an important part in getting us here today. Let's finish the line. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Supervisor Horvath. Next, I'd like to introduce Metro CEO Stephanie Wiggins. As Metro CEO, Stephanie leads one of the nation's most ambitious transportation expansion programs right here in Los Angeles County. The D-Line subway extension project is part of Metro's rail revolution that will have a huge beneficial impact on our region's future mobility. Please join me in giving Stephanie Wiggins a warm welcome.
Thank you, Pam. Good morning. You know, milestones are so very important. It really gives us an opportunity to pause for only a moment, because schedule matters, but pause to take note of the significant feat and transformation that is underway in LA County today. I want to thank Mayor Bass, our board chair. I want to thank Supervisor Horvath for your remarks, because it is really important for the thousands of men and women who are working on these miraculous projects. Let me lift up, in addition to what the previous speakers have, our construction and our labor partners. The LA and Orange County building trades are an incredible partner for us. Tunneling feats like the one that we are representing today, which I understand the completion of this tunneling effort is the largest in Southern California currently. These efforts don't happen without strong partnerships with labor, skilled labor specifically. And yes, we have a project labor agreement on our projects. Not only has it helped to improve the socioeconomic status for LA County residents, it's lifted up more women entering into the trades, it's lifted up more people of color lifting into the trades, and more importantly, when our chair was in Congress, it reflected our opportunity to have local hire here on these projects. Tunneling, yes, let's give her a hand. Tunneling is among the most challenging aspects of any construction activity that we do at Metro. It's dangerous. It requires a high level of precision, skill, and technical acumen. And without the strong men and women being willing to do this type of work, and now building the capacity so that we can create career opportunities, shepherded by our Metro oversight, appreciate the oversight of our project manager, Jim Cohen. He's supported by Sammy Gailey, our deputy chief, and our chief of program management, Darcy Burenick. I also want to thank our contractor, Skanska Trailer Shea, very important contractors on Section 1. I want to thank Tudor on Section 2 and Section 3, Tudor Perina Corporation, because collectively we are transforming and really accelerating a rail revolution. Again, I want to also thank our partners, FTA, for their oversight and also funding. And of course, the voters of LA County. Without Measures M and Measures R, we would not be here today. So as Supervisor Horvath said, let's finish the job. We're going to do it. And a thank you to everyone for being here today, as well as the community for helping us ensure that we delivered this program, even to this point, in one that keeps community top of mind, keeps our businesses top of mind, to make sure that everyone can benefit from this really transformational transit improvement project when it opens. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. This new Wilshire Fairfax subway station, where we're sitting right now, planned right here in the middle of the heart of Miracle Mile District, will provide access to some of the most iconic destinations on Wilshire Boulevard. This stop will serve the Peterson Automotive Museum, as well as the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, the La Brea Tar Pits and the museum, and of course, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. After decades of planning, we are very close to realizing the dream of high-quality, high-speed transit services to connect Los Angeles County's two urban and employment centers, Los Angeles and the Westside. Thank you to everyone for celebrating this milestone with us. This concludes our press conference portion of our program.